Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose's back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. I don't know why that clap wasn't as loud in the beginning, but it's all good. It is all good. So, we got a big night tonight. Evolution is going down tonight. But before we get there, I got a video I got to make because I got to talk about yesterday because a lot happened yesterday that we do need to talk about. But first and foremost, prayers up to Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins got injured yesterday, and it's a big thing on social media, and I'm telling you, a lot of people sound stupid. A lot of people sound stupid. But we will talk about that. We will discuss that when I find out how long Seth will be out, because I got a lot to say about that. So we'll handle that when we handle that. But for right now, we are here to talk about All Elite Wrestling's All in Texas. It went down yesterday. I didn't get to watch the whole show. I only watched one match because I was going to make a video about that one match regardless of how it went. It was actually supposed to be two videos because I actually was also going to talk about the AEW Women's Championship. Depending on whatever happened. But it didn't go down that way, so no video for that. But yeah, we're here to talk about the Texas Death Match, as Hangman Adam Page challenged Jon Moxley for the AEW World Title. Now I do know the results of every other match on All In. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit. Then we're gonna get into this full match the best way we can. All right, so let me see if I can remember. The Ops defeated the Death Riders for the Trios Championships, but Claudio took out Samoa Joe, and then Joe left out on a stretcher, so hope everything's all right there, all things considered. Let's see what else. I don't want to talk about that yet. I want to talk about I want to talk about everything else. Oh, MJF won the Casino Gauntlet. He now has a guaranteed shot at the AEW title, so we'll see where that goes. The Hurt Syndicate retained the tag titles. Actually, I'm gonna hold off on that because a big angle happened after that. Athena won the Women's Casino Gauntlet. She will get a shot at the AEW Women's title. About time. It's about damn time Athena gets her respect. You know what I'm saying? What else happened? Because it was only like 8 matches, surprisingly. Shockingly. I guess we'll get into it. F it. So, Adam Cole had to relinquish the TNT title because he wasn't medically cleared to compete, and he was going to be out for a significant amount of time. Which sucks because, man, it's like ever since Adam Cole hit AEW, it's like his body just stopped working for him. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I remember that concussion he suffered at Forbidden Door a couple years ago. Then, of course, 2 years ago, he fucking hurt himself in an angle involving MJF and Samoa Joe at Grand Slam in Queens. That also shut down pretty much the whole devil storyline. So there was that. And now we not even now this. I think he got injured prior. Like, I think last year he got hurt. And now here we are again. Adam Cole hurt again. And now we're talking about retirement with him. I'm like, damn, son. Oh, man, Adam Cole, man. I hope everything's all right. Hope he's good. If he got to retire, then it's the best thing you could do. You know what I'm saying? Hope. But in the end, I hope everything works out. Hope everything is all right. That's all I pray for, and that's all I wish for with Adam Cole, man. But because we had a title being relinquished, there actually was a match made for it. So it was a fatal 4-way for the vacated TNT title. It was Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, Kyle Fletcher, and Daniel Garcia. Dustin Rhodes is the new TNT champion. Salute to Dustin Rhodes. Wow. Good on him. That's good stuff. I like that. Dustin Rhodes is now a TNT champion. Shout out to him. That's 4 matches, right? Yes. Okay. So the AEW tag titles were on the line. The Hurt Syndicate retained against Jet. What do you call it? Jet Speed? Yeah, Jet Speed and the Patriarchy. FTR was on commentary, and then something happened with them. And then after the match, FTR approached Christian Cage, but then Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian were trying to hold back FTR. They're like, please don't hurt him, don't do nothing. Then Christian got up, he pushed the Patriarchy to the back, and then he just started talking to him. He's like, y'all want to do something? What's up? What's up? Then before he left the ring, Nick Wayne, boom, kill switch on the Christian Cage. The Patriarchy has turned their back on Christian Cage. And they were about to give him a concerto with FTR assistance. But before that even happened, a man who's had problems with FTR himself, Adam Copeland, made his return. And saving Christian from the Patriarchy and FTR. Then Christian and Edge. Christian and Adam were staring at each other. Cope got a mic, and then he just said, go find yourself. Reference to when Copeland wanted Christian to team up with him. Then Christian said, go fuck yourself, So this was pretty much an invert and everything. So we'll see how that goes down. There's that. Toni Storm retained the AEW Women's Championship against Mercedes Moné. Didn't think that happened. Moné suffers her very first loss in AEW, her first loss in God knows how long. Because I believe it was said she hasn't lost since she left WWE, which is pretty nuts to really think about. But yeah, Mercedes suffers her first loss. And then Kazuchika Okada is the unified champion, unifying both the Continental and the International Championships. Good stuff. And now here we are arriving at the main event. Hangman Adam Page, Jon Moxley for the AEW World Title. Texas Deathmatch. I'm going to say this the best way I can. If you don't like violence like that, a death match is not something you should be watching. I'll give AEW this credit. I give AEW a lot of credit, but I give them this one credit. When it comes to a Texas death match, it is one of the most barbaric matches I think you'll ever watch. Some of these death matches they've had have been nuts. They've been insane. So, yes, this was no different. Hell, we got 2 minutes in, and Jon Moxley was already bleeding. That's how great. 2 minutes in, 2 minutes, and Moxley was already bleeding like a hog, bro. Hangman had a fork. And Moxley double legs him, takes him down, tries to get the fork out of his hand, but then Hangman put him in like a triangle choke position, and then boom, just started stabbing him with the fork, like legit stabbing him. Like, you can't even tell me if that was fake. And my man was legit stabbing that man with that fork, bro. That man was bleeding instantly. I'm like, nah, bro. Like watching that, I had a headache and a migraine all at the same time. Like that shit was crazy. Like you can't walk up to me and tell me, yo, you want to be in a death match? The hell happened? Well, you'll get stabbed with a fork. Literally stabbed with a fork. You'll probably get hit with some barbed wire. You'll go through some tables, get hit with some glass, get hit with some thumbtacks, get hit with some nails, all that. You down? How much you paying me, though? Not much. No, thank you. I'm sure they got a hell of a payday, but I'm just saying, like, you can't. I refuse. Off the strength, I refuse. I don't care, bro. That's nuts. But yeah, we saw a fork, we saw barbed wire, steel chairs, barbed wire steel chairs. We saw tables, barbed wire tables. We also saw a bed of nails. I don't think I've ever seen. No, I've seen this before. I just don't remember how long it's been since I've seen it. But there was like this bed of like spikes, nails. It was fucking nuts. Now, a match like this, don't ever believe it was going to be one-on-one. No. So the Death Riders, who came out with Moxley to begin with, were out there surveying the scene. And they came in and they interrupted the match, getting some licks on Hangman. Went from the back. Oh shit. Damn, I did forget a match. Now that I'm about to say his name, I forgot a match. Will Ospreay and Swerve beat the Young Bucks, and the Young Bucks are no longer EVPs. Let me get that out the way. I knew I forgot a match. That's my fault. That's my bad. So as I was saying, from the back, here comes Ospreay with a chair, and he's getting some licks in on the Death Riders, but there's just too many of them. And they lay Will Ospreay out. Then Claudio, with the same thing he did to Samoa Joe, with a stomp with the chair wrapped around Ospreay's neck. And after that, we didn't see Ospreay at all. He sacrificed himself for the greater good. So a little further into the match, these two are going at it. They're going crazy. When from the big Titantron up there, there's a video that plays. And you just see a face, but you can't really see the face, but then you hear the voice. It is Darby Allin. And it looks like it was a video that he took when he was climbing Mount Everest. So he pretty much said, Moxley, I vow to take everything from you. Somewhere along those lines. Now as the video stopped playing, here comes a guy in a mask coming in the ring. And then he does this. And you already know who that is. After the Busaiku knee to Wheeler Yuta, it's Bryan Danielson, who's had his problems with the Death Riders. They actually retired Danielson, and then he comes back for revenge, getting some licks in. And then, from the rafters, as Sting used to do back in the day, here comes Darby Allin, making his return since last year when he was taken out by the Death Riders himself. And then Darby Allin takes out the Death Riders along with Bryan Danielson. So now the odds are pretty even now. Pretty even. So then, comes the bed of nails, as I said. Moxley hits a Paragon shift onto the bed of nails on Hitman. And then Moxley tells Maria Shafir, get the key. Like, take the key off, because Marina had the key around her neck. I guess she's had it around her neck for months. So he pretty much told her, get the key. Take the key off. Get the briefcase. So that's what she did. So Marina went to get the briefcase. When all of a sudden, she was handcuffed. She was handcuffed. She couldn't get out. From out of nowhere, Prince Nana was the one that handcuffed her to the table by ringside, so she couldn't move. So she was already out of it. She's out the match pretty much. She can't get out. Now the Young Bucks as well made an appearance. They tried to take out Hangman for Moxley. And while the Young Bucks were out there, here comes Swerve from behind. Swerve is taking out the Young Bucks. He takes them out. Then he has a steel chain in his hand. And now Swerve and Hangman looking at each other, eye to eye. No words are being said. Just eye to eye, man to man. Swerve takes the chain, gives it to Hangman. Pretty much saying, yo, we good. We good. We done a lot to each other. But trust me, we good. Now get that title. Hangman takes the chain. Boom. Starts hitting Mox with it. And then he was about to, then he wrapped the chain around Mox's neck. And then he was about to throw him out there so that way, you know, Hangman could, no pun intended, hang him from the ropes and do that. But Moxley was able to get out of that. So they roll back into the ring. But then Paige is on the apron, getting ready. Buckshot lariat to Moxley. Moxley lands on the bed of nails. Back first. I'm like, yo. I'm like, man. I can't do it. I can't do this. But luckily, that's the end. But luckily, that was the end. Because Hangman then finally throws Moxley on the other side. He's pulling Moxley. Moxley can't breathe. He's trying to fight, but he's trying to fight for air as well. He don't know what to do. Then taps out. Moxley loses. Hangman Adam Page is the new AEW champion. Swerve smiling like, good shit, cowboy. Good stuff, man. I was hyped. This match had me hyped, bro. Because I haven't watched the AEW pay-per-view since last year, Wrestle Dream. Yeah, because I made a video about that. Because that's when Danielson retired, and that's when Moxley first won the AEW World Title. Right there. So that was the last time I watched the AEW pay-per-view. I was hyped for this one. This was hype. This was all hype. You know what I'm saying? And then Hangman's got the case. He's trying to open it. And then for the first time since October of last year, the AEW World Title sees the light of day. And we actually see the title. Crazy. We had a world champion that never showed the title. That's fucking nuts to me. But, Hangman, title up. We got a new AEW World Champion. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hell of a way to end that show. I'm gonna go back and watch the whole thing. Definitely gonna watch the whole thing. Hers like 6 hours. I'm like, man, I gotta find a lot of time in the day to watch that, because that's also why that's why I wasn't gonna predict it or review it, because I'm like, man, that's long, bro. I already got enough wrestling to worry about this weekend, bro. But yeah, hell of an ending, hell of a match. Good stuff. Again, if you are not, if you don't like violence like that, bro, that match is not for you. But if you love wrestling, that match is for you. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? That's just how I look at it. But it is what it is, man. So until then, it's been Rose, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love and support as always. As I said, Evolution is tonight. We're going to definitely watch that and do what we got to do on that. And then this week, we got a lot going down this week. We got a SummerSlam match that was announced yesterday. So we're going to preview that. And then after Evolution, another match for SummerSlam will be officially locked in. So we'll talk about that as well. We will also preview Masha Slamovich versus the NXT Women's Champion. Title for title at Slammiversary. I'm gonna try to watch that because that's an important match. That's an important match. I mean, somebody will be NXT Women's Champion. So we definitely will talk about that. And yeah. So until next time, peace, love, 100. Yeah.